We were in negotiations.
Investing in real estate.
They're winning, they're making money.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Real Estate Educators Podcast, where we provide the education you can build on. I am your host, Kevin Amolsch. Super excited for this super special episode today, where we're going to be talking about the book launch. Highly focused on getting the Fund Your Flip book out into your hands, and we want to talk about that today. So first, let me introduce our panel, if you call it that. We have Brandon McKnight from Pine Financial Group. He's going to talk a little bit about the importance of using education to market the company. And this is just one more piece that Pine Financial is doing to help promote the business. And then, of course, we're going to be talking about marketing the company. We have to have Callie on the call. So Callie's our marketing manager, and she's going to be helping us go through what it's the process to actually have a successful book launch. So let's start, Brandon, with you. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just plugging away. Excited to do this. Always happy to talk to you about what we're up to. And education's always top of mind around here. So perfect topic for today.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be having this conversation with you. So tell me about the book. You know, it was based on the hard money class that we do. So tell us about the book and why that's important to having important for Pine Financial to have this book.
Yeah, so I think, the biggest thing, one of the things we always talk about around here is providing actual value to anybody that is associated with us, right? Because at the end of the day, what we want to do is teach people how to do this. We've realized here at Pine that, to achieve financial freedom, we need to educate more and more people. And the best way to do that is through free mechanisms and promoting, just our educational site. So I got to plug our YouTube channel here real quick and the Real Estate Educator podcast. But when it gets to the book, right, I think that there's so many people right now that really are on the edge, right? We had our Investor Success Summit a couple weeks ago, and one of the main themes that came out of that was that right now is a great time to buy real estate. Well, I think one of the things we're hearing in the market is this trepidation. Well, maybe I'm going to wait. Maybe I'm going to wait for the market to bounce back. Well, the reality is most people make their fortunes when the market is actually down, right? You run contrary to what most people are doing. And so people are sitting on the sidelines. And what I love about the book is here's this unique opportunity to learn how to buy real estate without putting any money down, right? And then to build your portfolio in a market like this, where you're not competing with a bunch of other people, is just perfect timing. So I'm super excited that we're actually giving this as a resource to people at a very low cost to get them motivated and get them going and learning how to use private money or other people's money, how to fund their flip. So well-timed, and it's all about education, right? It's just teaching people how to do this, and that's the value.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I wasn't actually expecting you to go that direction, Brandon, but I think it's spot on. So you're talking about the market and where we are, high interest rate environment, slow demand. I saw something on, was it Facebook? I think it was. And it was just a photo, like a meme. Is it called a meme, mime, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
And it was check this out, guys. It was a Halloween costume, and the costume was demand, like housing and demand was the costume, and it was just an empty package. I was like, that's actually hilarious. Like, where did demand go? So,
right.
So with, even though inventory is at an all-time low, close to an all-time low, demand is like falling off a cliff. So I think that it is a good time to be buying when nobody else wants to buy. That's typically, as you pointed out, typically when investors make the most money. So thank you for going that direction. I wasn't quite expecting that, but the book itself, based on the class, the hard money class that we do, which is our most popular class. We actually have it approved in Colorado for CE credits. And it's the class that has made hundreds and hundreds of investors millions of dollars, and I'm not exaggerating on that. We get feedback, Brandon, from the guests that go to this class, and you've heard it. I've learned more in this 2-hour class than I did in a weekend seminar. Do you want to talk a little bit about that class and what this book is based around?
Yeah, so I think that one of the best things, and we were talking about this, I think the other day just here in the office, is, there's all these conferences out here that will charge you a fortune really to walk away with the same things you're going to learn in the book, right? Which is really like just this opportunity to dig into how to acquire real estate, right? And I think that more often than not, people overcomplicate this subject, right? And I get it, right? Because that's actually what leads a lot of people to being nervous to jump in. Whereas in the book and in that class, we break this down in a really basic level about how to approach deals, how to look at them, how to consider the right financing sources. And it's all just packaged very neatly for you in a nice to do playbook, right? That's your motto, Kevin, right? Making things easy. Let's not overcomplicate this and scare people away. You don't have to be, the sharpest person in the world to start buying real estate. You just have to understand the fundamentals. And that's the best part about the book, is really just getting your actual tactical plan on how to do this and taking the necessary steps to get started.
Great. Callie, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. I see you shaking your head over there, and because you're running the marketing team here. Tell us about your opinion on this hard money class. It's been pretty successful for the company, yes?
Yeah, it has for sure. It's definitely something that, I've gone to a couple of times, and I feel like you learn something new every time you go. Even doesn't matter how many times you've seen it or you're reading the information. So it's definitely something where people are able to learn from. And then now with it kind of turning into the book, I know there's a lot of stuff in the book as well that's in addition to or goes in a little bit deeper than you would in a class type setting, right? So I think even if you are somebody who's done a fix and flip before, or you've flipped many houses, there's always more to learn. And I think that that's something that's true to our values here at Pine, that we're always learning here.
Do you think that's well said? Do you think that people leaving that class, which, like you said, the information in the book is the exact same, plus more information, more detail, more ways to use private and hard money. Do you think that people leaving that class have the tools it takes to actually go out and buy real estate when they leave?
I think that they have the foundation, right? So you have the foundation, and you kind of know what tools you need, and you can go from there. And this book kind of just adds on to that. It explains and gives you a little bit more time to kind of digest, right? We all learn different ways. Some people learn by listening to podcasts. Some people learn by actually doing, and then to read as well. It's a whole other world that people can kind of consume this education to help make their lives infinitely better and to change their lives and give them financial freedom.
That's right. I was just listening to a book today, piggybacking on what you just said, but there's really 4 legs to freedom. And the first one is financial, and that's really the start of all of your freedom. And that's what we're really searching for here. And that's why this book has been so popular, the class has been so popular. So that's what people want. They want that financial freedom, and real estate provides that. But from there, it's freedom of time. And so, being able to do what you want, when you want, you're working hard and you're grinding, and then maybe, okay, I'm going to take a step back now. Maybe I'm not going to work weekends anymore. Maybe I'm not going to work evenings anymore. And you start getting your time back. So financial time, and then it's going to be your sphere, right? Like people in your network, and you have freedom to be able to choose who you work with and when, and who you're going to spend time with. And what's cool about that one is your sphere changes as you become more successful. So you'll organically be around more empowering people. And then some of that, of course, is intentional. So you get to actually choose who to spend time with. And then the last one, I know it's about providing good, it's like the giving back and helping people, and I can't remember what that leg was actually called, but that's kind of like the last one. Like now you have all of your freedom. Now I have the freedom to help other people, right, and just make the world a better place. So that's what we're trying to do here. We're starting with the first one, financial freedom. And so you can create all the 4 legs of your freedom that you want. I'm just thinking about that now because of what you said, Callie. But tell us, if someone was to buy this book on November 18th, what are some of the resources? We'll get into the bonus package in a minute, but what are some of the resources they get when they buy the book?
Yeah, when you buy the book, there's a ton of resources that you're getting with it. You're getting rental MAU calculator, right? So you're figuring out kind of what your max offer can be. There's different like special reports that you can get from there that help you to further your education as well. There's all of those types of things that you'll have access to with purchasing the book. And then you get even more if you purchase it between 11 a.m. Mountain Time and noon Mountain Time. So that's, what is that, 1 to 2 Eastern? So the 18th, you're going to get all the resources if you do it between that time.
Okay, so the resources, the big ones are the 2 calculators. What she said, Mayo, what to offer for fix and flips and what to offer for buy and hold. So if you want to flip or if you want to acquire rentals, which is really creating that freedom we're talking about when you have the passive income, these calculators tell you exactly what you can pay for the property. So it's really cool. You'll get both of those plus some worksheets. Now she's starting to allude a little bit into the bonus package. If you help us hit number 1, that's what we're trying to do here. So we're going to give you a 1-hour window, November 18th, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you buy in that 1 hour and we're help us get to number 1, you're going to get a fantastic bonus package and a dirt cheap price on the book. So Brandon, what's the price of the book, and tell us about this bonus package?
Well, I think the primary thing is it's the price of the book on Kindle is 99 cents. So I mean, you can't get better than that. That's a no-brainer. So I just want to focus on that. So get your Kindles out, everybody, because 99 cents, come on, everybody can do that. Don't hesitate, just go ahead and buy it. Well, I think one of the coolest things that is really, there's so many things that you get a copy of your other book, right? So the 45-day investor, that's another big one. We're going to do an all-day live, event focused on how to purchase real estate. I mean, Kevin, we have people ask for your time all the time. So this is what a great way to spend your day learning how to do this from experts. I think that's fantastic. We're also going to record the event. So I think if you do that, guys, you can have access to that content, on an ongoing basis. I think that's fantastic. And then we also have the Fortunes and Flipping report that we're going to provide. And then we also said free admission to, something that's near and dear to my heart, a real estate investor success summit, either in Minnesota or Denver, and a chance to win a free trip out here if it's a remote market and have dinner with our team. So how cool is that? Those are just some of the things that you might get access to, especially if you do it.
Yeah, that's amazing. So www.fundyourflip.com, and you could learn more about that bonus package. But I'm super excited about the full day event because this is one of those events I know I'm going to be super proud of. It's going to be a lot of fresh content that's only available for people that purchase a book. And it's going to I'm going to go into detail on how to locate the opportunities and how to negotiate them. There's not a lot of programs out there that are going to talk about that level of detail in real estate investing, but what words do I use when I'm inside the house? That's what we're going to be talking about. And part of this is going to be raising private money, because if you could raise your own money, and obviously you could borrow money from a hard money lender, and that's super easy and quick. But if you could raise your own money, you could bring your cost of capital down, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about how to help supplement your business, raising your own private money. And Brandon, I think you agreed yesterday, to sit in on that one with me, because you're raising a ton of money right now. So what do you have in mind? I know I'm putting you on the spot here, and we haven't even really talked about it. But what do you have in mind to help people with this section of this class?
Well, I think that people underestimate their ability to actually do this. I recently joined a mastermind group, which was just all about how to raise money. And we've learned a ton here at Pine about what that looks like. And one of the things we hear so often is that this feels too good to be true. And that just tells me that people are just unaware of these options to go out and raise their own money. So, guys, I think one of the biggest things I want to bring to this table is just thinking creatively about how to build the list, how to cultivate a list of people that might be interested in this. Guys, this information is really readily available to you. Does it take some work to figure it out? Absolutely. And then really refining the offering, right? Because more often than not, Kevin, we talk about this, I always tell people, I talk to investors all the time. My job is not to sell them, but to present an opportunity to invest in something. So when you change your mindset and you start thinking that way, you can find people that are out there that would be willing to fund that flip for you, or raising money yourself. I've done it prior in my life, and now I do it exclusively here, which is fantastic. But I just think that people need to kind of open up their minds to it and think differently about it. And once you start doing that, you'll start recognizing opportunities in the market to go do it.
Yeah, that's great. And part of this, you're right. For the most part, you can get all this information on your own. So I agree with you on that. And I'm going to share a story in that section of the class on how I raised $17 million from one investor and the tricks and tools I used to land that investor. So I don't know if that information is just readily available. We're definitely going to go through that in the class too. So the only way, again, to have access to that one-day full event is to buy the book November 18th at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. Okay, it's available on Amazon.
The Real Estate Educators Podcast is brought to you by Pine Financial Group. Pine Financial Group is a private lender specializing in value-add bridge lending for real estate investors. This is accomplished by raising private money from individual investors and lending that money out in short-term real estate loans. Pine operates one of the coolest public mortgage funds on the market because it brings consistency and security to your investment portfolio without giving up on returns. The fund pays its investors a flat 8% return with monthly distributions. There is a low minimum investment and no lockup period. That's right, you can request all of your money back at any time without any fees. Diversify your portfolio out of Wall Street and into Main Street with the Pine Financial Group Public Fund PFG Fund 5. Find out more at pinefinancialgroup.com. That's pinefinancialgroup.com.
So, Callie, walk me through the process of this launch. How are we going to hit number one?
We're going to get there because we are going to use the support of everybody who's listening to this, and everybody who is our devoted Pine borrowers and investors, and more than that. So the process of the book is really, it started with Kevin's idea of wanting to kind of turn this class into something where people can get the education that are not necessarily in Denver or can sit in front of him for a 2-hour class or whatever it is, and to help to educate, right? So as at Pine, that's kind of the start of everything we do is that's what's behind it. And so you wrote the book, took many hours, and kind of put everything from your brain onto paper, in addition to what's in the class, like we talked about. And then it was kind of go time, right? So it was okay, how do we want to publish it? Do we want to use a publisher, or do we want to self-publish? We went with the self-publishing route. And so from there, we kind of went with, okay, we found where we were going to self-publish, and then what do we want the cover to look like, right? So we got our audience involved, and I think there's a little bit more ownership for those who are part of our environment here. They got to vote on a couple of different options for what the book cover could look like, and we took some of their feedback and turned that into an actual book now. So we got that, and we have the manuscript got it edited. That was a process, right? And got the Kindle version, so it's not just an e-doc that you upload. There's a little bit more of a process into that, and now it's basically go time, right? So it only hits number one if you have the support of those around you, and those dedicated people in our lives that are going to buy that 99-cent Kindle version and some paperbacks as well. And yeah, so we're going to hit go and see where it goes, and hopefully we hit that number one on Amazon.
Yeah, so I think the paperback, you mentioned that, I think the lowest we could go, like just the print cost, right, is $4.75 or something like that. So I think I mentioned a few times we're going to try to get it under $4, but Amazon just is not going to let us do that. So it's going to be $4.75, I think you said. Correct. So if you're like me and you want the actual paperback, sorry guys, it's going to be a little less than $5 for you to get.
About $4.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I should say for the listeners, first of all, thank you for tuning in to the Real Estate Educators Podcast. But I want to share with you that you are going to get some emails coming up, and I know some people don't love that. So please be patient with us. We're really trying to accomplish a goal here of hitting number 1. So we are going to be sending out some emails, some reminders, information on that bonus package and that kind of thing. So it's only another week or so, and then all that will be done. So bear with us here.
One thing that you guys were talking about too, part of the bonus package, right? So the book may be, if you're looking at it, may be geared a little bit more towards the newbie investor, the beginner investor, somebody who's learning how to flip. But that bonus package that we're talking about here, there's a lot in there that is beneficial to very, very experienced investors. And the only way you can get that is if you buy during that hour. So I think it doesn't matter what your experience level is. Like I touched on this earlier, right? You can always learn more, but there is so much value in the classes and the information that you're putting together, Kevin, for that one-day event that is way more valuable than even the $475. Right. if we're going to splurge for the paperback version, that I think that this is something that anybody and everybody, and regardless of what side of real estate you're on, if you're still waiting to get your first door, or if you have 50 doors behind you, it's invaluable.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm so grateful, Brandon, that you're coming in, just giving up a little portion of your Saturday. Maybe we'll go get a drink after and kind of celebrate after we do the event. But so you're giving up a little chunk of your Saturday, and Jared is as well. And in Jared's section, so we're talking about advanced topics here for the advanced. Right. We're going to dive deep into LLCs and deal structure and how to protect yourself that way. Look, we read so many operating agreements, the different preferential returns, the different management fees, the different splits, how you could have different classes of equity. All of this is pretty important for, advanced real estate investors to understand. So we have the attorney on the phone that's and I'm just gonna drill him and say, what's the best way to do this or this or this, and and he's gonna open up. So we're gonna learn a lot from that section of the class as well. But yeah, thanks, Callie, for mentioning that, because you're right. The bonus package is really where the value is. Is there anything else either of you want to share your excitement, or anything else you want to before we close out here?
No, I'll jump in really quick. I just think that kind of bringing this back home, where it's, guys, if there's anything I've learned, I spent most of my career in corporate America, right, chasing titles. So if you saw my video that we launched, just my 1 year at Pine, but one of the things that I really regret is I was so busy from working a corporate job, I didn't have any time to spend on doing outside activities. And here I was chasing a salary and titles when I really wish I had been buying real estate and learning how to do some of these things. So now's the time, guys, right? Like if you want that freedom that Kevin mentioned, it is going to start now. You don't want to be buying in a market where everybody else is buying, right? Like that is the wrong way to do it. You're competing with other people. Right now, there's no competition out there. So super excited. I think we've nailed the timing of this book. It's a good time to actually get involved with real estate. So don't wait, guys. Jump in.
Yeah, I'm excited to hit play on this and kind of see where it can help other people go.
Yeah, that's so gratifying. And you hear it a lot, Callie, I know, is sitting in your seat, just the people that pour in with their gratitude and how we've helped change their life. So I believe that this is going to do just that.
I agree. Full-heartedly.
Cool. So where do people go?
So right now you can go to www.fundyourflip.com. And then when it's live, it'll be available for purchase on Amazon. So on the 18th, you can either go to the website and click the link there, or you can go straight to Amazon.com, type in Fund Your Flip and Kevin's name, and you will be able to purchase it there.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a link on fundyourflip.com that'll take you directly to Amazon, so keep it nice and simple for you. And you can go pre-register, sort of. I don't know exactly what the pre-register means, but you can go enter your information, showing your interest in the book, and then we'll be sure to send you the reminder of exactly when to buy so you qualify for that bonus package. So go to the website now, fundyourflip.com, fill out that quick pre-registration form, and that way you're on the list, so you will get notified exactly when to purchase it so you qualify for that bonus package. And with that, we're going to close out. And I just want to share my gratitude to both of you for being on this episode of the Real Estate Educators Podcast. I want to share my gratitude, or express my gratitude, to the listeners of the podcast. If you haven't yet, please give us a 5-star review. For some reason, we're having a little bit of trouble with that. That would be great if you could give us a 5-star review and share it with your friends. With that, we'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. If you did, please be sure to follow and leave us a review. Oh yeah, and tell a friend.